Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Team Barbados and Canada's Unsung Heroes Award presentation for 2022. Time has flown by. My name is Riva Goodman, and I have the pleasure of being your host for the second year in a row, and I'm pleased to be with you this evening. Now, unlike last year, we do have some of our award recipients here with us, so we're very excited to present them with their award, and we do have some joining us virtually. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with these awards, we reached out to the Barbados diaspora and asked them to nominate people who they thought embodied the traits of our national heroes of Barbados, and the nominations came rolling in. This evening, we'll be recognizing 11 unsung heroes, learning a little bit more about our national heroes, and also get a little bit of music from a young musician, Joseph Callender. So it's going to be a great evening, and I can't wait to get started. Now, before we go any further, we do need to have our national anthem, so I'd ask you all to stand and join us for the playing of the Canadian and Barbadian national anthems. I would now ask that you please be seated, folks. And I ask that you please bow your heads and join me in a moment of prayer. Father God, we thank you for bringing us together to celebrate the national heroes of Barbados and these amazing unsung heroes who are doing great things within the community. We thank you for bringing us here safely, and we pray that you bless these proceedings and all those in attendance here in person and virtually. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So throughout the night, we're going to learn a little bit more about our national heroes. So to start us off, we're going to hear a little bit from the Right Excellent Clement Payne.
The Right Excellent Clement Payne. Did you know that Clement Payne was actually born in Trinidad in 1904 to Barbadian parents, who eventually moved back to Barbados when he was 4 years old? In Bridgetown, capital of Barbados, in 1937, Payne led black Barbadians to resist the white planter class. He organized several public meetings and aroused the ire of the police and government. Payne was charged with identifying himself as Barbadian upon his re-entry into Barbados, while actually being Trinidadian. Payne initially found guilty, but Payne appealed the conviction and won. Despite this, on the 26th of July 1937, he was ordered to leave the country, after which 4 days of rioting ensued, during which time stores were burned and looted and cars pushed into the sea. The police opened fire, killing 14 demonstrators and wounding 47. The Moyne Commission, which was set up to look at the causes of the riots, determined that all of Payne's charges against the island's rulers were accurate. In its report, it insisted on reforms that Payne had proposed, including the introduction of trade union legislation. Payne, unfortunately, died at the age of 37 in 1941. His legacy is celebrated by the Clement Payne Movement, a Barbadian organization named after Payne, the Clement Payne Cultural Center, which was set up in Barbados in 1989 to perpetuate his memory and to continue his work of enlightening Barbadians about their history and struggle, and the Clement Payne Memorial Bust, which is located in Golden Square, Bridgetown.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Barbados Consul General at Toronto, Sonia Marvel Carter.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna have to pull this down because Riva's like twice my height. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome you all. I want to congratulate the winners. I want to congratulate the awardees. I want to congratulate your partners, your family as well, because your family would have been a big part of everything that you do. They would have been the driving force behind helping you to do half the things that you did. So I want to congratulate not just you, but your partners, your family as well. I know Riva, our MC, would have spoken about it before, but I just wanted to give you an idea as to what goes into us choosing unsung heroes. And this is during our national heroes celebration for Barbados. And we started, I think we would have had our first one in 2019 before the pandemic. We didn't have one in 2020 because everybody was kind of still scrambling, trying to figure out life. We had in 2021, and that would have been the first time that we opted to go for unsung heroes. We decided, yes, we celebrate our national heroes, but there are some unsung heroes amongst us who we think they need to be celebrated and recognized as well. We would have reached out to the diaspora, to the Barbadian associations, and to community leaders. We would have sent information out and said, do you know of an unsung hero? Do you have people in your community that would fit this particular criteria? And they would have nominated persons. So they did that last year, and they would have done that this year as well. We had a committee of approximately 7 people who would have chosen, then they would have gone through the nominations, and those people who are being awarded today, the 11 people, and we chose 11 to match our 11 national heroes as well. You would have come out on top. There have been so many good works done by each and every one of you. And as the afternoon goes on, Riva will be reading the nominations. I know it may say on the program the citations, but they're more the letters that came in to nominate each and every one of you. Those letters that were written by your peers or whoever the nominators were, we would be reading them so you would see what people said about you that led to this. I also want to mention something that was said by our Consul General for New York, when he spoke at our the commemorative service of the national heroes. And it was very important because he said something. He said, not one of the national heroes he suspects, just got up one morning or even woke up and decided, I'm going to be a national hero. I'm going to do things that are just going to make me a national hero. Not one of them. We don't believe any of them did that. And neither did any of you as unsung heroes. You were going about your daily tasks, doing things that you felt that it felt good to you, felt right. And this is where it has led. I'm pretty sure none of you said, oh, I'm definitely going to be an unsung hero. No, you didn't. You were just doing what made you feel good, what helped your community and helped others. And therefore, we salute you. We acknowledge the efforts that you have made. We acknowledge everything that you have done. And we say thank you on behalf of the community, on behalf of not just Barbadians in the diaspora, but your host country or your home country, Canada, our host to your home country, Canada. On behalf of Canadians, on behalf of people generally, because we're not looking at any particular race or any from the Caribbean, West Indies, we're not looking at anything like that. I'm sure when you went out to do what you were doing, you were just looking out for the good of people in general. A number of you obviously have Barbadian heritage, so Barbados would have benefited a great deal from the work that you would have done. But I know you did it out of the goodness of your heart and just wanting to assist and help people. So I want to take this opportunity once again to thank you for the service that you have provided. And we have a small token, of course, in the form of an award for you. But at this point in time, I will allow our High Commissioner, new High Commissioner Glenn Clark. He would have loved to have been here with you today. Actually, he had all intentions of being here. But we actually have another event in Montreal as well, a Bajan Spring event in Montreal. So we needed to kind of decide. So I stayed here to make sure that this was well covered and you were properly feted and presented. And he has gone off to Montreal to speak to the Barbadian community there in Montreal as well. But he did send us a little video. So permit me at this time to introduce our High Commissioner, His Excellency Glenn Clark, who will say a few words to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon to all. I'm extremely pleased to be associated with this presentation this year. There are many persons in our society who give of themselves and their resources to assist in a big way, to assist organizations like the church, school groups, nonprofit associations, health fraternities, and to care for the less fortunate persons both here and in Barbados. Sometimes these persons do not in any manner want to be recognized, but the society soon recognizes them. So I want to congratulate all who have been recognized this year and encourage more of us to get involved in helping our society, helping our neighbors. And as Jesus rightly pointed out, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Truly, this is a good exercise, and I wish all the very best.
Fantastic. Thank you, CG, and thank you, High Commissioner. Our next video is going to be from Unsung Hero, or about the Unsung Hero, National Hero, the Right Excellent Samuel Jackman Prescott.
The Right Excellent Samuel Jackman Prescott. Samuel Jackman Prescott became the very first person of African descent to be elected to the Parliament of Barbados in 1843. Even though he was well educated, a journalist, and an acknowledged leader of the colored community, he was thrown out of the Barbados House of Representatives from merely observing the political process. Prescott wrote for the first newspaper in 1836, New Times, for 8 months without being paid before the job was taken away from him as it was felt that his ideas were too radical. Prescott moved on to another paper, The Liberal, which was targeted at working and middle-class people irrespective of color. In 1840, Prescott journeyed to London to attend the World Anti-Slavery Convention on the 12th of June in 1840. In that year, Prescott also wrote to the colonial office in Barbados about the high prices that landowners were putting on small plots of land to prevent other races from entering the land-owning middle class and thus unable to vote. In that year, he also served 8 days in prison for criminal libel arising out of his articles in the Liberal newspaper. He is immortalized by the naming of the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute after him. His image adorns the Barbados $20 bill.
So I know for many of us, we haven't been able to make it home or to Barbados in quite some time. I mean, I just came back, so I'm definitely feeling that sun-kissed glow from being in Barbados and having quite a bit of flying fish, which I was pleasantly surprised to get. But to kind of give you a little bit more, a better taste of Barbados, we would like to have a video right now by the BTMI.
Through all my travels, I've realized an island is only as big as its heart. And in my time in Barbados, I've seen the heart of the island, even through the people, through the food, even through the rum. The way we travel has completely changed, but it's the best feeling to know that peace of mind is right within our reach. But I can tell you, my experience here has been so seamless. The guy who's my taxi driver, his name is Big Apple. He has true Bajan spirit. He's welcomed me into this island and he's given me the most authentic experience. When it comes to Bajan food, I am obsessed with breadfruit cuckoo.
This has no business tasting this good.
So I got to try breadfruit cuckoo for the first time on Peg Farm. I had a really good time going to check out the rum tours. If you are a fan of rum punch or just rum cocktails in general, you're gonna have a really good time on that tour. And Barbados, if you do not know, has incredible water. They've got some amazing underwater shipwrecks. The turtles here are beautiful and they literally are so friendly. This island has big stories to tell and big moments for you to capture. So when you're ready to reimagine the way you explore, Barbados is open and so is its heart.
I just got back and I'm ready to go again. Those pictures, take me back. It was only a few days ago that I came back, but as you can tell, I'm already a little bit homesick. So we are ready to get into presenting our unsung heroes with their awards. And our first one goes to Dolores McIntosh. Dolores was born in Britons Hill, St. Michael's, Barbados. She attended St. Paul's Primary School before going on to attend St. Michael's Girls' School. Dolores was a teacher and held several positions at Barclays Bank before moving to Canada in 1977. She worked many years for the Yellow Pages group, but her true passion has always led her back to the kitchen. Dolores pursued her passion when she attended the George Brown College Culinary School. On completion, Dolores started her own catering business, D Delectables. Dolores is an active member of the Barbados St. Michael's School Alumni Toronto, Inc., and has held various positions over the past 35 years. St. Michael's Alumni was instrumental in encouraging Dolores to pursue her passion and hone her skills as she catered a number of dinner dances which we've had over the years. She has received many accolades for her culinary expertise, some of which include first prize several years running in the sweetbread, mobby, and fish cake competition hosted by the Foundation Association of Toronto. You may have experienced delectable dishes at one of the many Bajan functions in the GTA, including, but not limited to, the Barbados Consulate event, Barbados Independence Church service and flag-raising ceremony, the Caribbean event, the Barbados on the Water. She has also catered weddings and funerals too. Dolores shows her love through her cooking. Countless times she has showed up at friends' or strangers' doors in their greatest time of need with a basket of comforting Bajan home-cooked meals to ease whatever burden or pressure they might be experiencing. Her generosity and love through food has even seen its way across oceans to Afghanistan for soldiers at Christmas time. These days, Dolores can be found in the kitchen of a child care center providing the best meals these little children have ever had. And then on weekends, she's busy delivering her special order Bajan delicacies. To present Dolores with her award, we have Counselor Andre Padmore. Come on up, Dolores. Don't worry, I'll move the mic down for you, Dolores.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, can I hear this? I would just like to say thank you so very much to my nominators for placing this confidence in me. And of course, to my family who has been so supportive in all that I've tried to do. They've even been the guinea pig for my recipes. I would like to thank the consulate for hosting this, and congratulations to all of the other recipients. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dolores. I've had many of her meals, and they are as good as they're even better than they've described here. So our next unsung hero is going to be Gloria Yard. So Gloria Dolly Yard was born and raised in Maxwell Hill, Christchurch, Barbados. She was the only child to Edwin Medford and Dulcina Amanda Yard. At the tender age of 3 years, Gloria started school at Vaux Hill Primary, then transferred to St. Lawrence School, where she spent the next few years. When Gloria was 10 years old, her mother became ill and was hospitalized. Gloria visited her quite frequently during this time of care. She wasn't sure if it was the clothes worn by the nurses or how they prepared or how they performed their duties, but she knew instantly that that was her calling and made up her mind then and there to pursue her career in nursing. At age 10, Gloria transitioned to the modern high school where she pursued her secondary education until age 18. On leaving school, she took the nursing course and immediately applied to the hospital, expecting to receive a call for placement, which never materialized. In the meantime, there was a need for foreign nurses in the UK, and with much determination, Gloria applied and was accepted. She grabbed the opportunity to fulfill her dream of nursing and set out to pursue her career in deeper waters, literally. In 1960, Gloria set sail to Montserrat and emigrated to the UK, where she furthered her studies in general nursing. She became a registered nurse and a certified midwife. In 1967, the opportunity presented itself for Gloria to immigrate to Canada, where she continued in her chosen field. Apart from her busy schedule in nursing, she found time to socialize and join the Modern Knights Old Scholars Association. She became involved in lots of community work as well. On her days off from work, she would go to school to supervise the kids' lunch break, giving the teachers a much-needed opportunity to relax. She later worked as a school nurse. After retiring, Gloria signed up with the agency and provided private nursing care to the elderly who preferred to remain in their homes. One of her accolades was conversing with the elderly and providing an outlet for them to reminisce. Gloria again retired from nursing in 2015. Gloria loves cooking and is very passionate about it. Everyone knows that. Just say Gloria and she is there. Over the years, she has been involved in preparing many sumptuous and numerous events held at the Thornhill Community Center. She is involved in the church outreach program in the community and has been an integral part of the church fundraising activities, not to mention showing up some delectables at every opportunity, be it a wedding or a funeral. Over the years, Gloria has been providing refreshments for many club meetings and functions held by various organizations, of which she is still a member. She would be called upon to prepare menu items for the Barbados Ball and any lavish gathering or fundraising event hosted by the vast Barbadian diaspora. The sweet treats were not to be forgotten because everyone looked forward to them as she did, and she did love to do it. Most of the time, she did not ask nor receive any compensation. To this day, Gloria can still be found preparing some kind of surprise food or cake to brighten someone's day. She is just as happy to be able to make that contribution in many other ways. So to present Gloria with her award, I'd like to welcome Consul David Gibbs.
I'm going to get her.
Oh dear.
1, 2, 3.
While Gloria makes her way up here, I'll say that I've definitely had some of the sweet treats that she's made, and I look forward to them. One of my favorite is the pone that she makes, and I say it out there just in case, one day a piece of pone comes to my door. All right, Gloria.
Thank you.
All right, Gloria, would you like to say a few words?
I'd like to say thanks to my nominator and thanks to Team Barbados and the selection committee for honoring me with this award. My mother was the inspiration behind the person I am today. As a little girl, I watched her helping people of all ages. She never said no. And then through all that, she got sick and went to the hospital. And I went there and I watched the nurses bathing her. They were looking after other people, and I decided that's what I wanted to do. So I would go home and bathe my dolls because to me they were patients, and I made up my mind that is what I was going to do. So I pursued nursing on the Isle of Wight, and then I came over to London and I pursued being a midwife. Then I came to Canada and I found all these associations to join, and I joined them. Outside of my work, I help people individually. It's amazing how many people out there you don't know that they're on their own until they get sick and they need somebody. And I did a lot of that, and I was very happy to do it. My mother was my role model, and I'm dedicating this award to her. Thank you, Mom. And thank to all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Gloria. I love that dedication to your mom. That's amazing. All right. So the next national hero we're going to hear about is the Right Excellent Sir Grantley Adams, as well as the Right Excellent Earl Watson Barrow.
The Right Excellent Sir Grantley Adams. Grantley Adams played a single match of first-class cricket for Barbados during the 1925-26 season as a wicketkeeper against British Guiana in the intercolonial tournament. However, it was the 1937 riots, triggered by the arrest, trial and deportation of Clement Payne, a popular unionist born in Trinidad of Barbadian parents, that saw Sir Grantley becoming Payne's attorney at law and trying to restore order in Barbados. Because of his professional and political standing, he was sent to England to inform the Secretary of State for the Colonies, and was the first in giving evidence to the Dean Commission of Inquiry into the riots in which armed police and volunteers shot and killed some 14 persons and injured 47. Adams put forward a strong case for reform on behalf of the masses, and pointedly declared that had there been social change instead of continuing abject poverty, there would never have been any riots. The flames of protest were rekindled into an idea for workers' unity on March 31, 1938, when the Barbados Labour Party was launched. Such was the high regard in which he was held. Adams was elected in his absence from the island on legal business as the party's first deputy leader. The following year, he took over the leadership. His legacy is memorialized by Grantley Adams International Airport, formerly Sewell Airport, located in Christchurch. A statue in his honor is located in front of government headquarters at Bay Street, St. Michael, and his image adorns the Barbados $100 bill.
The Right Excellent Errol Walton Barrow. Did you know that the father of independence, Errol Barrow, also enlisted in the Royal Air Force during World War II? Barrow's initial training took place in Britain, followed by professional advanced operational training in Nova Scotia, Canada, that took about 18 months. After that, he entered the World War II, flying 53 missions in Douglas Boston DB-7 light bombers with the number 88 Squadron. As the war ended, Barrow became personal navigator to the commander-in-chief of the British zone of occupied Germany. He then rose to the rank of flying officer. Among the ways in which his legacy is commemorated are his birthday, 21st January, is honored as a national holiday in Barbados, aptly named Barrow Day. A life-size statue in Independence Square in the heart of Bridgetown, the nation's capital. Barrow's portrait on the 50 Barbadian currency bill. The Barrow Center for Creative Imagination at the University of the West Indies in Barbados, Cave Hill campus.
All right, so you are in for a real treat now. I don't know if any of you have ever, I'm hoping you have, watched For the Love of Bim web series, but there's a really great tune that's played at the beginning and at the end. And so to join us, we'll have the musical stylings of this young musician, Joseph Callender. Thanks. So thank you so much. Can we get a round of applause for Joseph one more time? Okay, so our next three unsung heroes, unfortunately, were not able to join us. So I'm going to read out their nomination, and then we are going to see them give their thank you virtually as well. All right? So our next one is for Annis Curtin. Annis was born in Mount Gay, St. Lucie. Her family later moved to Bethlehem, St. Lucie, and Annis attended the Alexandra School. She was an outstanding athlete while there, leading Alexandra 2 years in a row in the late 1960s to the girls' secondary school champions while holding personal records in the 100 and 200 yards. Annis immigrated to Canada in 1979 and had a satisfying 30-year career with the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. She has also been passionate about supporting her community, as indicated by the following volunteer activities she undertakes. She oversaw her CIBC branch campaign for the CIBC Run for the Cure. She raised thousands of dollars over a 15-year period for this cause by securing monetary donations, organizing bake sales, silent auctions, raffle, and a car wash fundraising event, among other activities. She has also organized bowling events to raise funds for needy children, as well as other fundraising events for the United Way, March of the Dimes, and the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Annis was a strong supporter of the Barbados Ball, reaching out to her contacts and friends for cash donations, door prizes, auctions, and raffle items to assist the Ball's efforts to raise money to support its healthcare and youth education endeavors. She's an integral part of the Caribbean event and has devoted many years to the organization. She continues to work tirelessly at securing monetary and other donations for door prizes and raffles for this cause. Annis is currently an ardent member of the All Saints Anglican Church in Whitby. She volunteers weekly with the church food bank, the Deacon's Cupboard, where she works sorting and packing food and serving guests of the food bank. In addition to her regular donor to the food bank and actively raising money to help the food bank, she continues its vital ministry. As the above demonstrates, Annis is a passionate volunteer, supports causes that uplift and improve the community and humanity in general. She has been a worthy candidate for this recognition.
My name is Annis Curtin, and I gratefully accept this Barbados Unsung Heroes Award. First, I would like to thank Dr. Grant Morris for his thoughtfulness in nominating me for this award. I would also like to thank the Council General and the Selection Committee of Team Barbados for selecting me. I got my early inspiration from my late mom, who I would see assisting those in need who lived alone and were sick. I also believe that we who are truly blessed should do everything we can to help those who are less fortunate, not just by monetary donations, but of our time. Once again, I would like to thank all of those involved, and God's blessings. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Anita Sandiford. Born December 28, 1941, Anita left Barbados for England in 1963 on a journey to be a psychiatric nurse. She completed her training as state registered nurse in 1972 and ended up in Vancouver in June 1974, working as a psychiatric nurse at Valley Hospital in Coquitlam, BC. As a single mother, she raised her young daughter and survived many hardships, including being injured on the job several times. While working at a detox center in October 1st, 1986, she was yet again injured assisting a patient. Anita went into a deep depression following the injury, and in 1994, her therapist suggested that she should do volunteer work and become more community active. At that same time, the Barbados Cultural Association of BC was founded, and Anita threw her entire being into the association, working and helping at every single event. She recalls that the association saved her life. Anita has been a very active member of the association from inception and has served with fervor on the executive as cultural rep and the seniors rep. She contributed above and beyond, returning from Barbados on all her trips with suitcase bursting at the seams with books, material, and anything that represented or showcased Barbados. Prior to COVID, Anita was very active at her church, including picking up and dropping off parishioners for early morning service. She could also be found doing the same for anyone in need of a ride to a Barbados Association meeting or function. During COVID, and despite health challenges, Anita weekly keeps in contact with Bajan and Caribbean seniors. She knows their birthdays, wedding anniversaries, and sends cards of condolences and get well wishes on all her limited senior pension. Anita is truly a Caribbean woman and an unsung hero. Congratulations, Anita.
Thank you all very much for the Unexpected Unsung Heroes Award. To the person who's nominated me, I'm very grateful, but I would really like to know what was said about me. To the selection committee, I want to say thank you for choosing me. I've always said that the Barbados Cultural Association of BC owes me nothing. But I owe the Barbados Cultural Association my very life. It's been a long story with a very short ending. And I'm grateful to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Congratulations again, Anita. Our next unsung hero is Jewel Jones. It is much an honor as a great delight to nominate Miss Jewel Jones, a social worker by profession, for the Unsung Heroes 2022 award. Miss Jones is originally from Barbados, residing in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. I write it as a community worker in Montreal for over 50 years. I also write as someone who knows Ms. Jones and has observed her incredible positive and productive contributions to several organizations in Montreal over the 50 years, including my organization, Play Mass Montreal Cultural Association, and a Taste of the Caribbean Festival, held under my direction for more than 15 years in Montreal. While strengthening our organization's community outreach, Ms. Jones has created tolerance, respect, and understanding through her great communication skills, her quiet and thoughtful manner, and her patience. She's a good listener, she is open and trustworthy, and a person with great integrity. My personal experience has been through her mentorship and friendship. I've had the pleasure of knowing this humanitarian, non-judgmental community worker for more than 50 years. Her work with our organization is acknowledged as dedicated and outstanding. Moreover, she is well respected by our board of directors, our members, and volunteers. It is hoped that Ms. Joelle Jones, a senior in our community who never stops and never says no to anyone in need of her help, would be recognized for the Unsung Hero 2022 award, as it epitomizes who she really is. This award will pay tribute to an outstanding woman of Bajan origin in Montreal for her generous and ongoing efforts to support organizations and persons in general to reach their goal and full potential, no matter their origins.
From Montreal, Consul General of Barbados in Toronto, Mrs. Sonia Marvel Carter, Honorary Consul for Barbados in Montreal, Dr. Myrna Lashley, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to receive such a prestigious award. I would also like to thank the people that nominated me and the team that chose me. I want to say congratulations to all the other winners. With that being said, I'd like to wish everyone a very pleasant evening. Thank you so much. God bless. There's my flag.
Joelle is on Zoom waving her Barbados flag high. So she's on Zoom as this is being read and so forth and lapped. Joelle is waving her Barbados flag.
Maybe we can, I know you guys can't see us, but hi, Joelle. Congratulations. All right, our next video is going to be from Invest Barbados.
Considering international expansion to a safe and thriving domicile, consider Barbados. Barbados offers a warm and welcoming investment climate. Ranked as a developed nation, Barbados has an enviable record of political, social, and economic stability, as well as a desirable quality of life. Additionally, Barbados has an excellent education system, healthcare that's amongst the best in the Caribbean, world-class telecommunications to keep you connected, and other reliable utilities island-wide. As a mature jurisdiction, our investment climate is also enabling, with a hallmark for commitment to international best practice standards. We have deliberately built a strong foundation of treaties anchored by effective laws and transparent policies and procedures, including a robust structure to enhance your global competitive advantage.
Here at IAM Jet Center by Signature, we provide a premium business experience for our corporate guests.
We at Unified Health Systems Modular Therapy represent the most statistically effective and relevant methods of readdressing common illnesses. We chose Barbados because we see it as a global hub and emerging Caribbean destination for medical tourism.
Home to an expanding roster of more than 4,000 transnational companies, our landscape is vibrant and brimming with opportunities, spanning from the traditional sectors to the emerging. Let our team at Invest Barbados be your guide, from exploration to business establishment, from establishment to expansion. Invest Barbados is well positioned to ensure that Barbados works for you. Barbados offers a warm and welcoming investment climate.
All right, the next national heroes we'll be hearing about are the Right Excellent Bussa and the Right Excellent Sarah Ann Gill.
The Right Excellent Bussa. Did you know that Bussa was born a free man in West Africa of possible Igbo descent and was captured by African merchants, sold to European slave traders, and transported to Barbados in the late 18th century? Records show a slave named Bussa worked as a ranger, a head officer among the slaves, on Bailey's plantation in the parish of St. Philip around the time of the rebellion. He and his collaborators decided to start the revolt on 14th April, Easter Sunday. Bussa led the slaves into battle at Bailey's plantation on Tuesday, 16th April. He commanded some 400 rebels, men and women. Bussa died in the revolt along with 50 other slaves. 144 slaves were executed and another 132 slaves were sent away to another island. His legacy is remembered by a statue of him at the roundabout in Haggett's Hall, St. Michael.
The Right Excellent Sarah Ann Gill. Did you know she was born of a black mother and a white father and baptized with the name of Anne rather than Sarah? That the name Sarah was conferred on her by the Methodist Church in gratitude for her service and in recognition of the pivotal role she played, like Sarah of the Bible, in establishing an alternative to the white-dominated Church of England in Barbados. Methodism was brought to Barbados in 1788, and by 1793, Methodists were often viewed by the Barbadian upper class as anti-slavery agitators. Gill was a free-colored. Her association with Methodism was in 1819 when she made a donation of £10 sterling towards the building of the first Methodist chapel in Bridgetown, which was to be constructed of stone. Records show she became a full member in 1820. In October 1823, the chapel building was destroyed by a mob of white rioters. Sarah Ann and her sister-in-law, Miss Christiana Gill, were among the leaders of this church who subsequently opened their homes as meeting places for church members. A 28-year-old widow, Sarah Ann held regular worship services at her home in the face of continued and active persecution. These included threats to burn down her house and 2 prosecutions in the law courts for holding illegal meetings. She is celebrated by the naming of a Methodist church after her located at Tudor Bridge, St. Michael, Barbados.
Okay, our next unsung hero is Lionel Eli. Mr. Lionel Eli attended the Bay Primary and then Garson, now Graydon Sealy Secondary School. He represented Barbados at the Davis Cup tennis tournament, then immigrated to Canada, where he attained the highest level certification of tennis coaching in Canada. Now, Lionel then turned to voluntary local community service, mentoring and teaching tennis to juniors and thereby enabling 27 juniors to be awarded USA Tennis University scholarships to further their educational needs to reach their goals. Outside of Canada, through the Barbados Ministry of Education, over time, Lionel has donated several tennis balls and rackets to St. Michael's Secondary School, and over 4,000 tennis balls, which he personally took to the Road Tennis Fraternity to help further the progress of the Indigenous sport. He has also left Canada to lecture the soccer clubs of YMPC and Notre Dame in prevention of sports injuries. Outside of sports, Lionel has been making much contributions to the Barbados tourism industry for the past 20 years by taking large groups of Canadians annually to Barbados, with the exception of COVID years. And as a result, 2 Canadian couples have taken up permanent residence there. Every Christmas season in Canada, Lionel solicits funds for the purchase of food for the less fortunate in Barbados. I, therefore, am highly recommending Lionel Eli to be very worthy of our team's award for his many ongoing services and into the community of both Canada and Barbados. He is truly unsung. To present Lionel with his award, I'm going to welcome Shirley Walmers. And Lionel, please come on up. Would you like to say a few words, Lionel?
I thought my friends were playing a joke on me when they told me that they were going to nominate me for an Unsung Hero Award. But I have to thank Frank Johnson very much. I also would like to thank the selection committee and the Barbados Consul General of Toronto for choosing me as an unsung hero. I was sitting thinking, what's the best thing to do in life? And I think the best thing to do for me in life is to give back. I think we are born to help others. And when we stop helping others, then we stop living. I live my day to try to give and to try to help as much as I can. And I think that we can find a lot of peace in doing this with what's happening in the world today, if we can just reach out and help, show some compassion, and show some humanity to all those who need our help. I thank the committee for selecting me.
And I don't know that we have road tennis coming up, so we definitely going to be calling on you again for road tennis.
Thank you so much, Lionel. Congratulations. I love what you said. I think the CG said it first too when she said, no one wakes up and says, I'm going to be an unsung hero when I grow up, or I'm going to do this to be an unsung hero. But, these things come naturally. And what you said is really important. It's important to help others, right? And when you're not helping others, you kind of stop living. So I think that was really well said. Thank you so much, Lionel. Our next awardee is Bryson Jones. So Bryson has been officially looking out for Bajan farm workers at Bruce Wisby's farm in Abbotsford since 2011. Over the years, he has assisted the workers to make them feel at home, as he has been a father and family member to them, hosting and entertaining at his home for meals and taking them to particular Caribbean events in the Greater Vancouver area. On Monday, March 21st, I received a call from Bryson. He was looking for a hairdresser for our Bajan women who are currently working in Abbotsford and needed someone to do their hair. He wanted a local place where he could easily drive them. In November 2021, Abbotsford, British Columbia experienced a devastating flood. The Wisby's farmland and all the buildings, like most of Abbotsford, were underwater, displacing our 5 workers who were living at the farm. In the midst of COVID restrictions, Bryson and his wife opened their home. 2 of the workers slept at Bryson, while the other 3 stayed at the employer's home. But Bryson and his wife hosted all 5 of them daily at their home, making sure they always had enough to eat, and also took them shopping. Bryson has selflessly and without monetary compensation or recognition gone above and beyond to assist our nationals over the years, and especially during the November 2021 flood. And his wife adds, "This is probably not appropriate for a wife to suggest, but I will anyways. A true hero, a man who truly values his fellow Bajans, that's my husband." That's really nice. To present Bryson with his award, I'd like to welcome the Barbados Liaison Service, from the Barbados Liaison Services, Shirley Walmers.
Thank you to the Consul General, Team Barbados, and my wife and family. What I do is, from growing up at home with my mother and father, we have always given food to people working in the fields every day, the hot sun. They had no breakfast, no lunch. My mother would send food for these people. They would get up in the morning, go to work, and then go home and cook some rice. And many of them had children as well. We supported them, I support them, and I am a person who is very strong about the care and the care about our Bajan brothers and sisters. We have had two Bajan workers come here to work on a farm and in Abbotsford. They were young. They were watched by the farmer. She said they were walking too slow and they were taking too long in the bathroom. And a few days later, she sent them back home. Well, they called me to take them to the store to buy a few things to take home. And I told them, the days of slavery are over. You're better off in Barbados. You will not starve. You don't need, none of us should be working under these conditions. So I look after these guys and make sure that they have decent homes, decent bedding, and they are able to go and enjoy the surroundings. I take them out. We take them out to the Barbados Independence Gala. We take them to Caribbean events, and just so that they can see other Bajans or Caribbean or West Indians. And they're very happy, and at the same time, they're learning about the geography of where they're living, and that's a good education in itself for them. And they appreciate what we do for them. They are excellent ambassadors to Barbados. Really, really excellent ambassadors. We sit with highly educated people. We have gone to the Barbados Independence Gala, and we have sat with Black history. The first Black Supreme Court judge in British Columbia. We all sit at the same table. And these guys are learning also from one another. So Barbados has excellent people. We are great, and we must continue. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Bryson.
You know that the whole of BC is watching. We have Marilyn Mosley, their honorary consul, and all of them are online watching. So Riva, you need to probably wave off to Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn. Okay, the next national heroes that we're going to learn a little bit more about are the Right Excellent Charles Duncan O'Neill, the Right Excellent Sir Hugh Springer, and the Right Excellent Sir Frank Walcott.
The Right Excellent Charles Duncan O'Neill. Did you know this national hero was a medical doctor who made a decision to run for a local government office and won a seat on the Sunderland County Council in England while practicing in North England city of Newcastle? On his return to Barbados in 1910, he found the conditions so depressing that he went to Trinidad and Dominica to live and work. However, the desire to serve Barbados compelled him to come home after 14 years, and he founded the Democratic League in October 1924. His work is particularly significant because it was the first time in the island's history that a man of Dr. O'Neill's class, who had a university education and was an independent professional, put his reputation on the line by aligning himself with the downtrodden. Dr. O'Neill is also credited with being the first politician in Barbados to campaign for improved conditions for women in the workplace. In 1932, Dr. O'Neill finally won a seat in the House of Assembly as a member for Bridgetown, defeating the prominent merchant H.B.G. Austin by 1 vote. His legacy is remembered by his portrait appearing on the $10 note, and the Charles Duncan O'Neill Bridge in Bridgetown bears his name.
The Right Excellent Sir Hugh Springer. Did you know Sir Hugh Springer was the first General Secretary of the Barbados Workers' Union? He received a fellowship of the Harvard Center for International Affairs, where he completed his 1962 book, Reflections on the Failure of the First West Indian Federation. He had a wide and varied professional and political career, including member of the House of Assembly, acting governor and commander-in-chief of Barbados, director of the Commonwealth Education Liaison Unit, Commonwealth Assistant Secretary General, Secretary General of the Association of Commonwealth Universities, Registrar at the University of the West Indies in Jamaica. His career is remembered by an honorary doctorate from Harriet Watt University in 1976. He was elected an honorary fellow of Hertford College, Oxford in 1974 and All Souls College in 1988. A Doctor of Civil Law from the University of New Brunswick in 1980, and a commemorative stamp of Sir Hugh Springer was issued in 2016.
The Right Excellent Sir Frank Walcott. Did you know that after Barbados gained its independence in 1966, Frank Walcott served as the nation's first ambassador to the United Nations? During 1966 to 1971, he served as the senator and was president of that chamber from 1986 to 1991. Sir Frank was an international figure in trade unionism, recognized as a forceful, reasonable negotiator and a progressive leader. He served as president of the Caribbean Congress of Labor for 3 terms and was an executive of the board of the International Confederation of Free Trade Unions. He is remembered by being appointed an officer of the Order of the British Empire in the 1954 Queen's Birthday Honours, being conferred the highest honour in Barbados. He was made a Knight of St. Andrew of the Order of Barbados. The Frank Walcott Building in St. Michael, Barbados is named in his honour.
Our next 3 unsung heroes will be joining us virtually. So I'm going to say hello to everyone right now because I'm sure you and your families are watching. So our first one is Sharon Shreves. Sharon is a single mother to an active 2-year-old boy. She was born in Vancouver on May 11th, 1981, to Barbadian mother and a Jamaican father. She attended school in Barbados as a child, creating a concrete awareness of her Bajan heritage. During her 16 years as a registered nurse with Vancouver Coastal Health, she has worked in surgery, women's and men's health spinal ICU, high-ocity, community, and palliative care departments. She also holds licensings with Alberta Health and worked in rural areas of northern Alberta. Her most recent nursing position was on the high-intensity COVID unit at Vancouver General Hospital. Many of the patients were not only COVID-related, but were also chronic and acute conditions. COVID also caused many clients to increase substance use, which created a more stressful and critical environment. Sharon has taught many nursing students and perceptive students. Sharon started a home support business to assist seniors in the Caribbean community and Black diaspora at the onset of COVID, but had to put it on hold to the demands of her COVID unit duties, along with looking after her mother who has dementia. An active member of the Barbados Cultural Association of BC since she was 16, she held various positions on the executive, is currently serving as vice president and continues to promote Barbadian culture. She is certainly a definition of an unsung hero. Congratulations, Sharon.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Shreves, and I am the vice president of the Barbados Association, the British Columbia chapter. Unfortunately, I'm not able to be there with you all tonight, but I am very thankful and grateful to receive this Unsung Hero Award. And knowing that this is the second year to have these awards, I'm very honored to be part of this event, especially during the National Hero celebrations for 2022. I look forward to more of the ceremonies that will take place come the following years, and hopefully I can attend in person. I would like to thank the Consulate General of Barbados. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sharon. Our next unsung hero is Colleen Ellis. Mrs. Colleen Ellis from St. Lucie, Barbados, immigrated to Ontario, Canada in 1970. She and her family relocated to Alberta in the early 1980s, where she has been a steady beacon of light in the Caribbean community. Mrs. Ellis has been a long-standing member of the West Edmonton Seventh-day Adventist Church and is fondly known as Sister Ellis. Formed in 1982, she was co-director and then director of the Precious Gems Children Choir, and until recently, she provided leadership to children's ministry programs for children ranging in age from 3 to 16. She welcomed children from all faiths and backgrounds. 3 generations of children and young adults owe nurturing of their talents, positive habits, citizenship, and confidence to being in the children's choir or faith-based adventure and pathfinder program. Regular choir performances, creative skits, and annual events such as Christmas performance at the Alberta Legislature and Black History Month festivities hosted by the National Blank Coalition of Canada Edmonton chapter brought people together and gave young people exposure to public performances. Other events like International Pathfinder Compares gave opportunities for travel, adventure, and meeting other youths from around the globe. Sister Ellis has been unfailing in her devotion to the growth and development of youth. She quietly worked with patience, creativity, and exemplary determination. Those who know her or whose families have been influenced by her dedication have been touched by a national treasure. She exemplifies an unsung hero. Congratulations, Colleen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm extremely honored to be nominated for the Unsung Hero Award. I would like to thank the committee for nominating me and for those who have also nominated me. I deemed it a privilege to work with our young people from toddlers to teens and beyond. You will find it quite challenging at times, but I will leave you with some words from Edgar Guest. Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you are trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. I challenge you today to take up the torch and work with our young people. You will never regret it. Thank you. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Colleen. I can see how the youth would respond to you. You speak with such passion. Thank you so much. Our next unsung hero is Eric Drayton. Born September 27th, 1938 at 4 Road, St. Philip, Barbados, Eric Drayton immigrated to Canada in 1968 and worked in management roles at the Vancouver General Hospital for 34 years until his retirement in 2002. Through Eric's efforts, he built a long-standing relationship between Canadian and Barbadian hospitals, which led to years of charitable donations that included 30 electronic hospital beds and 6 wheelchairs to Barbados. An active cricketer and community volunteer, Mr. Drayton faithfully served on the board of Barbados Cultural Association of BC, holding many positions, including president. He also served in various executive positions on several other community organizations such as BC Cricket League, the British Columbia Organization of Caribbean Culture Associations, Carib Cricket Club, and the Jamaican Canadian Cultural Association of British Columbia. Apart from playing cricket with considerable skill, he also left his mark on the sport as captain, statistician, a scorer, and an umpire. You can tell that I don't know too much about cricket, guys. Forgive me. Mr. Drayton and his wife, Beverly, were pillars in the Vancouver Caribbean community for decades, opening their home to new immigrants, offering support and benevolence, helping to organize funerals for those without family members in the province, and assisted anyone in need with supplies, meals, clothing, or in whatever way they could assist. Due to health considerations, Mr. Drayton has retired from community service, but the vast contributions of both him and his wife to the Barbadian and Caribbean communities continues to live on. It is my humble opinion that Mr. Drayton exudes the definition of an unsung hero. Congratulations, Eric.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not able to be with you in person and honored to be recognized for the work I have done in my community, and would like to thank Team Barbados in Canada for giving me this Unsung Heroes Award.
Okay, so our final national heroes that we'll be hearing about are the final two that are live with us right now. So the most recent national hero, the Right Excellent Robin Rihanna Fenty, and the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers.
The Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. Did you know that at birth Gary had 2 extra fingers, one on each hand, which he removed himself during childhood? Garfield Sobers made his first-class debut for the Barbados cricket team at the age of 16 in 1953, and his Test debut for the West Indies at the age of 17. Originally playing mainly as a bowler, he was soon promoted up the batting order. Against Pakistan in 1958, Sobers scored his maiden Test century, progressing to 365 not out and establishing a new record for the highest individual score in an innings. His record was not broken until Brian Lara scored 375 in 1994. Sobers was made captain of the West Indies in 1965, a role which he would hold until 1972. He was also captain of rest of the World 11 during their 1970 tour of England. Overall, Sobers played 93 tests for the West Indies, scoring 8,032 runs at an average of 57.78 and taking 235 wickets at an average of 34.02. He was the 5th highest batting average in Test cricket in the list of cricketers with more than 5,000 runs. In his 383 first-class matches, he scored over 28,000 runs and took over 1,000 wickets. His legacy is immortalized by being one of 5 Wisden cricketers of the century in the year 2000. In 2004, the International Cricket Council inaugurated the Sir Garfield Sobers Trophy, cricket's ultimate individual award, which is awarded annually to the player selected by the ICC as its Player of the Year. Garfield Sobers Pavilion and the statue at Kensington Oval. And finally, Garfield Sobers Gymnasium in Barbados.
The Right Excellent Robin Rihanna Fenty. Rihanna, Barbados' most famous national hero, is a billionaire thanks to the success of cosmetics line Fenty Beauty. The cosmetics company, which she co-owns with French luxury retailer LVMH, generated more than $550 million in revenue in 2020. She is just as renowned for her philanthropy as she is for her music. In 2006, she created her Believe Foundation to help terminally ill children. In 2008, to help raise awareness and combat HIV/AIDS, Rihanna and other public figures designed clothing for the H&M Fashion Against AIDS line. In 2012, Rihanna founded the Clara Lionel Foundation, CLF, in honor of her grandparents, Clara and Lionel Brathwaite. This includes the Clara Brathwaite Center for Oncology and Nuclear Medicine at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados and education programs. In March 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Rihanna donated $700,000 worth of ventilators to Barbados. She is celebrated by the naming of a street, Rihanna Drive, in her district where she grew up.
All right. So our final unsung hero for the evening is Vanessa Seeley. Vanessa Seeley was born in Barbados in October 1975. Her mom, Annette, contracted German measles while she was pregnant with Vanessa, which resulted in Vanessa being born deaf. Vanessa attended the School for the Deaf, which has been since renamed the Irving Wilson School for the Deaf, from the age 2, where she learned sign language. She excelled at school but grew frustrated, especially when she saw that her younger brother, Varian, was studying different subjects, whereas she was limited to what was being offered at her school. Her parents weren't satisfied with this limitation either, and searched for a tutor where Vanessa could take lessons after school. Vanessa wishes to acknowledge her tutor, Cheryl Brathwaite Ford, who she praises as playing a fundamental role in her early development. Had Vanessa stayed at the Irving Wilson until 18 years old, her education level would have been that of a 12 or 13-year-old. At this stage, Vanessa was eligible at 11 to take the 11+ exam to enter secondary school. However, on researching, Vanessa's mom, Annette, found out that none of the institutions in Barbados at the time were equipped to accept deaf students. Vanessa recalls being upset, feeling hurt, disappointed, and once again frustrated, as if she was not an accepted person because of her being deaf. When visiting these institutions, they felt insulted and let down by the system. Vanessa's mom contacted her sister in Canada to explore opportunities for Vanessa to pursue her education there. Vanessa moved to Canada in 1988 and attended the Metropolitan School for the Deaf in Davisville, Toronto. Here again, she excelled in history, mathematics, English, and science. She went on to Danforth Technical, where she graduated with her high school diploma, grade 12, after spending 4 years. After passing the SAT exam, she entered George Brown College in their 3-year program in creative fashion and design technology. Vanessa is the first person from Barbados who is deaf to have earned a college diploma. On her first job assignment, Vanessa faced many discriminations where she filed a formal grievance and hence won the case, changing the policy. She soon realized that this wasn't her passion and wanted to find a career where she could help the disabled. She went on to study to become a personal support worker, successfully completing all the required courses in CPR and first aid. Vanessa has been a PSW for 17 years and works with persons with disability across the GTA. She is currently working with seniors in London, Ontario for the past 3 years, loves her chosen career, and is loved by all persons she works with and encounters. Vanessa received a perfect score on her citizenship test. The judgment was very impressive and offered her a private swearing-in ceremony with an interpreter, but she opted to do it with all the other new citizens being sworn in. She is very independent. She drives and this is a requirement to carry out her daily assignments. She visited the Irving Wilson School in Barbados 2 years ago and was happy to see that the curriculum had changed and extensions to the school building, which now afford the students to excel in employable opportunities that were not available to her and other students when she attended. Vanessa is proud to hold dual citizenship and gives thanks to her parents and family for going above and beyond to give her the opportunities to have success, to the education needed to experience happiness, rewarding and a fulfilling life. To present Vanessa with her award, I'd like to welcome Consul General Sonia Marvel-Carter.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not scheduled. I'm not supposed to be here right now. This part is not scheduled, but I wanted to come and let the viewers on Zoom know that throughout the entire proceedings, Vanessa had her interpreter here with her. So although she was not in the shot, she's here. And we also have a student with us as well. So I'm excited by this because when we were awarding Vanessa, there was going to be a challenge because we didn't have an interpreter. We weren't sure how that was going to work out. And this lady that's interpreting, I'm not sure if the camera can, if you can, yes, pan shot. keep going. Yes, this lovely lady who is interpreting, after trying to find several interpreters, she stepped up and said, I'll do it, and I'll do it for free. Yes. I will waive my fee to make sure that this happens for Vanessa. And I thought that was excellent because, I mean, I'm not sure if y'all know, I didn't know, but it's kind of pricey to get interpreters. Yeah, I didn't realize it. It is pricey. And she said, I'm going to bring a student along from George Brown. And we thought, wonderful, because we always are into learning, obviously, and teaching and making sure that education is top. So anytime a student is involved, we are there. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you. And I want the student to stand too. Keisha, can you stand, please? Yes, this is Keisha. Yes, come into the shot, Keisha. No, come closer, good, so we can see you, so those on Zoom can see you as well. And this is Keisha. So I want y'all to pay attention to these lovely people here as well as Vanessa because they help. They're a part of it as well. They help. So I'm sure Keisha is going to soon become an unsung hero, right, Keisha? Marcy's already there, so you're coming up. I just wanted to take this opportunity to point that out because I thought it all came together nicely, and we were so happy that they were able to attend to assist Vanessa. So thank you so very much. Vanessa, can you ask Vanessa to stand as well? Sure. Yes. Just a quick photo with you. Come. All in. Right. Yes. Yes. Great. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Okay, and we have one last video from Grant Morris.
Good evening. Your Excellency Glenn Clark, High Commissioner for Barbados at Ottawa, the Honourable Sonia Marvel Carter, Consul General for Barbados at Toronto, Team Barbados, this year's Unsung Hero Awardees. Good evening. My name is Grant Morris, and I am the chair of the Caribbean event and the Grant Morris Foundation. It is my pleasure to offer my sincere congratulations to all 11 awardees this year. You are among an elite group of Barbadians who have given back to your homeland, Barbados, and to your adopted country, Canada. Thank you for your service to humanity and best wishes for the future.
This is who we are.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our presentation. On behalf of the Team Barbados and Canada, I want to thank all of you for joining us virtually and in person. To all of our unsung heroes, I'd like to give one last round of applause. Thank you all for all that you do. Thank you for paving the way and setting an example for the youth, for those to come, so we have, something to aspire to. Thank you, everyone, for coming again, and have a fantastic evening. Oh, I have one more person to come up here. Come on up, Andre.
Yes, Andre will give us an official vote of thanks.
Good evening. Consul General Sonia Marva Carter, Consul David Gibbs, specially invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, including our online audience. It is my duty and honor to be asked to express appreciation to all those who contributed has led to the successful event, and to bring greetings from High Commissioner Glenn Clark, who could not be here this evening as you were previously advised. First, we also have to thank God for all he has done for our country and for our people, wherever they may be. To this year's awardees,
by whose respective invaluable community-mindedness have done credit to our nation Barbados in their adoptive homes. And on behalf of the team, we thank you for being such gracious honorees. In a similar vein, to those nominated but not selected, we also express our gratitude for your contribution to positively impacting those in your sphere of influence. We also extend our deep appreciation to all those who would have nominated. Without your valiant efforts, we could not be here this evening. As a feature of today's presentation, you would have heard some unknown facts about Barbados national heroes. We wish to extend our thanks to Consul David Gibbs for putting those intricate facts together, and to the persons who would have read those tidbits. We have Ms. Joanne Mears, Ms. Cheryl Phillips, David Conley-Flynn, Tia Marville, and Consul General Sonia Marville-Carter. Those of you not here today would not be privy to the exceptional work which has been done to prepare this space for our honored guest this evening. So we wish to extend our sincere gratitude to the entire staff of the Barbados Consulate here in Toronto. And at this point, we would wish to make a special mention of Ms. Sandra Fields Burkett, who stood in at very short notice to come to our rescue. Thank you, Sandra. As you could imagine, an event such as this has many moving parts and many actors, some in front and some behind the scenes. So we would wish to identify those persons, and we would start with none other than Riva, our MC. The committee would wish to extend its thanks to all the Barbadian associations here in Canada, but in particular to the Barbados Association of Canada for its assistance. We also extend our gratitude to Fresh Vision Photography, Baker Chef Catering, Glamour Catering, for all the exceptional work they would have done in ensuring this production was a success. We want to take this opportunity to also thank our special and honored guests this evening for the exceptional work they've done in ensuring that our singular unsung hero would have been kept, who has a hearing challenge, would have been kept fully engaged throughout this evening's proceedings. Thank you. To the National Heroes Planning Committee, which spent many hours planning and working out not only this event, but all the other events commemorating our Heroes Day, we extend our gratitude and congratulations to you for your peerless efforts. To that end, we will wish to highlight Consul General Sonia Marville-Carter, who led the team. We have Honorary Consul Marilyn Mosley, Miss Joanna Ben Griffith, Mr. David Gibbs, Jermaine Ellis, Andre Eversley, and myself, Andre Padmore. You would have seen from this evening that it would not be possible to do what we do without a full team effort. And on that regard, we extend our sincere thanks to the entire Team Barbados here in Canada, namely the Barbados High Commission in Ottawa, the Barbados Consulate here in Toronto, the Barbados Liaison Service, Invest Barbados, and the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. We thank each of you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude my role here this evening, for which it has been a pleasure and an honor, we extend our thanks to you, our audience here with us, and those who are online. We certainly, you could not be present here with us this evening, but we thank you because you felt your presence online. We also wish to thank, finally, Sandy Audiovisual for your exceptional work in ensuring that this recording and presentation has been completed a success. Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening, and I turn over to Riva.
Thank you, Andre.
I'm going to interject. I have one more presentation to make, if you would allow me. And this goes to our interpreter for the evening. Oh, so you're going to need to stop
Thank you.
I want to present you with this little bit of Barbados rum, so she has to drink it after she's finished.
It's going to be a fun evening. Vanessa saying you are welcome to visit Barbados now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for making me feel so welcome and for supporting Vanessa. Thank you.
All right. Well, folks, that is a wrap on the 2022 Unsung Hero Awards presentation. Thank you all and have a great evening.